Hello, I'm Jerry Rubin, one of the senior doctors at Partners in Pediatrics. I'd like to share with you one of my growing concerns that's a little more hidden in this current COVID pandemic crisis. You know, the news covers for us every day, both globally and locally, every single aspect of the economic and political fallout, as well as the concerns about shortages and, of course, the direct impact of the disease itself. As we listen, we become stressed and anxious ourselves and can barely digest the magnitude of this problem. Our children are actually very influenced by our fear and anxiety, even if we're not expressing it to them verbally. And they themselves have their own worries and concerns. But they have no previous experience or reference point in which they can assess the magnitude of this threat for themselves. They have lost school and friendship time. They have disappointments over cancellations of both sporting events and other events, both in the near and distant future. They are very stressed, and this whole process has left them feeling confused, isolated, sad, and anxious. It's no real surprise. I'd like to talk to you just a little bit about some ideas I have of things that you can do to help soften the impact of this. These ideas are common sense. Most of them you're already probably doing. They come from my study of 35 years of alternative holistic medicine. Pick the ones that sound doable to you and incorporate them in your life the best you can. The first thing is that we have to manage and reduce our own stress and anxiety if we have any hope of helping our children. You cannot give them what you yourself do not have. If you don't have resilience, you can't give it to them. In order to build your resilience, I recommend eating a very healthy diet, predominantly plant-based. Drink plenty of fluids, preferably room temperature or hot. And multiple times a day, sip some hot water as it cleanses the mouth of viruses that may be attaching to the membranes. Dress warmly and avoid cold and drafts. Make sure you take time for rest and/or yoga and/or meditation every day, and when you can, get fresh air. Make sure you have some form of movement every day. Good hand washing is imperative. We should wash our hands with either sanitizer or soap for 20 seconds, at least 3 or 4 times a day, and anytime we think we've had a potential exposure. There are many herbal products that are time-honored in tradition of being considered antibiotics, such as turmeric, tulsi, grapefruit seed extract, garlic, and the like. Pick one of them and take a dose of one every day. Avoid the use of alcohol, marijuana, and other intoxicants, as they lower your resilience and your awareness of what's going on around you. For your children, do everything we just mentioned for them as well. Along with that, it's wonderful, depending on their age, if you make a schedule with them every day. And then use the schedule as a guide, not a set of appointments. Be flexible. The schedule should include a breathing in and a breathing out type process. The breathing in is taking in their online studies, their homework, reading assignments, or projects that they may be working on independently. The breathing out is releasing that energy and rejuvenating with rest, yoga, meditation, story time, or snacks. If they need a daily news update, it should be filtered from you to them for your school-age children and tweens. And your teens should watch the news with you so that you can comment and clarify on what they're hearing. As a family, find a project that you can do that connects you with helping with the COVID crisis. Some families have found online recipes for making hand sanitizer. Others have sewn masks. You can also connect with elderly who are in isolation due to lockdown in their facilities and brighten their day. As a family, take time to discuss things you've done in the past that you remember fondly and things you would hope to plan in the future, such as a hike, a bike ride, or even a vacation. One of the most important homeopathic tools that we have is a homeopathic remedy called Rescue Remedy. I know many of you have heard of it and used it. It is one of the 39 Bach flower remedies, and it is very specifically for stress. You should take a dose 2 to 3 times a day and more often as needed. It comes as a form of drops and as a chewable called a pastille. Any natural food store would carry them. If this helps, but it doesn't seem to be quite enough, we would be happy to set up an in-office or conference with you to discuss the use of the full breadth of Bach flower remedies and create a specific remedy for your child. And lastly, connect or reconnect to your inner source of strength. These communities are where we find ourselves, our great strength, and we are reminded of gratitude and hope. I hope that some or all of these suggestions will help assist you in creating resilience for yourself and your children. And again, if there is more that you need from us, we would be pleased to set up an in-office or conference. Thank you.